Good morning, guys. How are we all doing? I am Dan from Trading with Dan. This is our Bitcoin morning update. So yeah, if you guys wouldn't mind smashing that like button, we shall go straight over to those Bitcoin 4-hour chart. So yes, as we can see, we spent all this period of time after this dump trying to get any sort of reasonable bounce and sustained price action above this resistance area, this main resistance area we had here. We were unable to do that, and as such, obviously with the ongoings, with the dynamics of the crypto market, with various things. First we had UST causing a lot of issues. Now we've got Celsius causing a few problems. I mean, the final nail in the coffin, if we are going to have the trifecta, would be to have problems with Tether as well. But we shall see. I personally don't think there's any real problems with Tether, but obviously there could be. So who knows? But anyway, nonetheless, we didn't get above this resistance area. So ultimately, the lower side. The next basically support area was a target, which is where we are fastly approaching. Where we are approaching. What I will note though is that this support area is probably not as important as the next one. As you can see, the next one around 20k. So assuming we do get some sort of a bounce here, 20k is certainly on the cards. And then, I mean, hey, who knows, once you're down there testing it, there's obviously a chance that you break it. So and then yeah, then everything does not look so good. But yeah, as you can see at the moment though, we just got this next wide range. We are just coming down to test the bottom. I don't suspect we'll blast straight through it. However, do we bounce all the way back to the top around 30k? Do we break it back above 30k? What happens? We don't know. All we have is these sideways ranges to trade off. But yeah, pretty aggressive sell-off, pretty red morning. Obviously, suspending withdrawals on Celsius is not even FUD, is it? It's literally a real thing. It's not like uncertain. Yeah, I guess it's uncertainty around the market, and it instigates fear and doubt. But it is a real thing. It's not like someone coming out saying something that hasn't actually happened or may not happen. It's something that has happened. So there we go. Let's have a look at Ethereum. Ethereum whacked also at basically in or around this first level, this first obviously area of interest. We've obviously got levels lower. The next real levels lower, about 800. So yeah, Ethereum now solidly below its previous bull market highs. Obviously Bitcoin not below its previous bull market highs. Its previous bull market highs being 20k. So yes, obviously that just indicates the relative weakness we're having of Ethereum against Bitcoin. Speaking of which, here is said chart. So yeah, below this level, I mean, we've got levels below. Funnily enough, I mean I'm not even extended a lot of them. What I'll say is, funnily enough, I was listening to the bankless episode. Their weekly roll-up last week, and then we're just talking about the ETH Bitcoin ratio, how it can't go any lower. This is it. This has to be the low. I think obviously we're about here. Obviously they were eyeing up this major level of support here, and then the other presenter was like, well, that's it, you've done it now, you've said it, so clearly we're going to go below it. And here we are, literally a couple of days later, a solid move below. Yeah, so, but it is not just us, guys. It is not just us. Inflation. I mean, inflation is wrecking real people. I mean, we may look at crypto gains and crypto wealth as like, well, to be honest, we got a lot of it anyway, basically for free. It's not like we worked hard for it and then that is going. But normal people that didn't have didn't benefit from crypto run up or asset price run up, the normal people they're now having to like pay well, in England, £2 a litre fuel, expensive fuel costs, expensive food costs, and then the heating costs in the winter are going to be astronomical as well. I mean, these people were already at the lower end of obviously the wealth spectrum, and they are going to be really struggling. So yeah, any people out there that are like in crypto and a bit like down in their obviously emotions or whatever, just because of obviously where your peak wealth was and where it is now. Just think about where your wealth was before your peak wealth, and then just think about the people that are getting all the downsides of what propelled you to peak wealth. Whilst they never got that, but they're going to get all the downsides. They're going to get all the downsides, obviously, apart from the downside of being down from your peak wealth, which you can't really look at as a real downside. In the bigger picture of people not being able to afford petrol or food or to heat their houses. So yeah, just a thought for those guys out there. Dollar index, there we go, pain in finance 1.0. The bond market, yeah, I mean, yes, if this takes another leg up. I mean, you guys may remember back in the day, I was talking about finance moves so fast. I mean, talking a few months ago, aren't we? 2%, above 2%, under 10 years, going to basically ruin markets. And what happens is when those markets ruin, then it just continue to accelerate. So maybe I was right. Maybe markets didn't collapse at that point, but obviously breaking above that 2% was a point at which now it's done. Now we are going to have a sell-off in the bond market, and here we are, well over a percentage point higher than that 2%, and not looking like we're gonna calm down. So yeah, this is pure wreckage going on in these markets. I mean, the financial system died in 2008. We've been in a Frankenstein life support of basically market manipulation, control, money printing, anything you can think of to keep this boom of finance going. But ultimately, it cannot keep going. So at some point, it's going to blow up, and it's looking like it. Oh, let's shout out to the Russians though. They are doing all right. I mean, they have food and energy basically, and that is ultimately what is that's all. That's basically what you need. You need food and energy. And that is what they have. So yeah, everything else is just a sugar coating. Stock market futures, new lows as we can see, new lows on this move down. So like I said, it ain't just us. There was your bounce. I mean, yeah, there was your bounce. I mean, we were all expecting higher. We were expecting higher in this. We all weren't obviously, but I use the colloquial, the royal we, that we were expecting a bigger bounce. I was basically, and nope, not to be. How is gold doing? Well, there you go, not doing as well as you'd expect. Yeah, not doing as well. We'll probably do a more in-depth macro videos. This video is going to be quite quick. Oil, yeah, still up there, causing pain. So yeah, we're not even going to look at stochastics. Oh, shall we look at them? No, we know they're going to look bad. We know we're in a downtrend. It's just a case of stochastics are good, but in this move down now, realistically, it's horizontal levels now. We'll override that, and yeah, stochastics will be getting not elevated. We'll be getting into extremes. And obviously on certain time frames at least anyway, and obviously this is the first support level that we're going to have to try and see what can happen. Then obviously 20k. So yes, that is about all I have to say this morning, guys. Remember, this is not a financial advice. I am not a financial advisor. Oh, one last thing before I go. We've had a lot of weakness recently. There were clearly insiders in Celsius and in other things that have been going wrong in crypto recently that were selling, that were dumping, that were probably selling short contracts basically because they knew this was going to happen. I mean, it's a no-brainer. Your company going bust. No, when I say going bust or whatever, you got your Celsius, you got issues, yeah. Put on a load of shorts, sell a load of crypto, put on a load of shorts, release your statement, crash the market, make some of that money back. I mean, this is clearly that would have happened. I mean, it's not like I'm just to have a pessimistic view of it. It's just a business decision that you pretty much had to do. So yeah, a lot of this selling was obviously front running. So brings me to the point of obviously sell the rumor, buy the fact. They've been selling into this. They then obviously have to realize the profit from those short positions, and that we could get a nice bounce. And then obviously we have to reassess what happens there. Is that the end of the FUD? Does Tether go? Which, like I say, my opinion won't. But is that another leg down, or are we realistically at around about peak FUD where crypto has lost all its froth? it's froth, and we are now at a point where actually the fundamentals of we can still use this this asset to trade with, when obviously Finance 1.0 potentially is going into some sort of wilder death spiral of its own. So yeah, there we go, guys. Remember, not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Always do your own research, and I shall speak to you guys soon.